What is going on, everybody? Now, maybe I'm making too much out of this piece of news here. Especially since this piece of news is nothing more than a rumor at best. But sometimes in this world, you just have to have a little hope. And that is what this piece of news is for me. Hope and change. Wow, I actually sound like President Obama's old campaign slogan right there for a second. Anyway, we have some Battlefield 5 news. Yes, Battlefield 5 news. According to this German gaming retailer website called World of Games, Battlefield 5 is going to come out this October. Now, that makes a lot of sense to me. Because, with the exception of Battlefield Hardline, every other major Battlefield game has come out in the November-October timeframe. And that makes sense. It's usually when most big, heavy AAA shooters come out. Halo, Call of Duty, and then Battlefield, and then Battlefront, that came out last year, have all released in that time frame. It's usually when the hardcore gaming season starts. So, I can believe that. Also, especially since EA has been wanting to turn Battlefield into an annual franchise, this makes sense. So that's not surprising at all. But what follows that is extremely surprising. And I will be very, very shocked if this ends up being true. So, not only is Battlefield 5 going to come out this October, according to this website, Battlefield 5 is going to be a multiplayer tactical shooter set in World War I. You heard me right. Battlefield, apparently for the next outing, is going to be in World War I. Not going back to World War II. World War I. That is definitely shocking. But, shortly after this news broke, the website has since been updated to remove the World War I portion, and now it's just multiplayer tactical shooter. So, really, this could mean one of two things. This could either mean that whoever is in charge of the coding on that website wrote that in there to get some headline attention, maybe because that's what they really want and they want to get people talking about it, or it's actually going to be a World War I shooter, but EA caught wind of this leak and they told them, take it off, gotta get rid of it. It's either one of those two possibilities. But I really, really hope this is true. I have been wanting either Battlefield or Call of Duty to make a change in their environment. Because that is one of the main reasons why I've been so disinterested in upcoming Call of Duty and Battlefield games. It's because it's been the same old stuff year after year. Ever since Black Ops 2, Call of Duty has been a futuristic shooter. And it is very, very bland at this point. And Battlefield, ever since Bad Company, which I think the first Bad Company came out in 2007, has been a modern military shooter. And even though I loved the hell out of Battlefield 3, which was, by the way, the last Battlefield game I really enjoyed, I was extremely disappointed with how Battlefield 4 and eventually Hardline turned out, which is why I have been disinterested in anything regarding Battlefield 5. It's time for a change. It is time for a change. And this could be that change. And me personally, I would love to see this because I'm a history buff. I love looking at old wars and learning about them. I watch the History Channel regularly to learn about this stuff. I've always been interested in history, finding out what has happened in our past to lead up to where we are now. And I've always loved playing all these old war shooters because that is one of the only ways that we can actually somewhat experience that time period, is by actually actively playing in it. I know that might sound crazy to you, but that's how I've always felt about it. So, I hope this is true. I really do. Do I think this is true? Honestly, even though this gets me excited, I highly doubt this is going to happen. Mainly because both Activision and EA, for Call of Duty and Battlefield respectively, have had enough time to really make this change in each of their respective series. And they have both decided to just basically stay the course with those games and not really change much of anything. So I don't see why now they would make a sudden change like this. I don't. Especially since both Call of Duty and Battlefield both sell a lot of games. No matter how their games release, no matter what issues are with their games, no matter what a lot of people's reactions to those games are, they still sell a lot of units. So I don't see this happening. But let me tell you, if this ends up being the case, that Battlefield 5 is going to be a World War I shooter, I am going to be happy as hell. And Battlefield 5 will be a day one purchase for me if this ends up being the case. So, let me know what you think about this news. Does this excite you in any way? Would you pick up Battlefield 5 if it ends up making a big change like this? So, just let me know what you all think about this, and until next time, have a good one.